In the heart of Central Europe lies a nation forged in fire, faith, and fearless leadership. From the wild Magyar horsemen of the steppes to the proud defenders of Christendom, Hungary's destiny has been shaped by kings who dreamed, conquered, reformed, and bled. This is the story of Hungary's 10 greatest monarchs, told in the order they reigned, a story of saints, warriors, diplomats, and kings who stood tall as empires rose and fell around them. Let us ride back in time, into the crown of Saint Stephen. Saint Stephen I, 1000 to 1038. We begin with the man who founded a kingdom and a legacy. Vaik, a pagan prince of the Magyars, converted to Christianity and was baptized as Stephen. In the year 1000 AD, with the blessing of the Pope, he became the first king of Hungary. Stephen did more than take a crown. He transformed a roaming warrior tribe into a Christian kingdom. He built churches, founded dioceses, and centralized power. His iron crown, a gift from Rome, symbolized Hungary's birth as a European Christian state. He crushed rebellions, even those led by his own kin, to ensure unity. By the time he died in 1038, Hungary stood tall among European nations. For this, he was canonized as a saint, and to this day, his crown remains a sacred relic of the Hungarian nation. Ladislaus I, 1077 to 1095. Nearly half a century after Stephen's death, Hungary needed a hero. Enter Ladislaus I, tall, strong, and deeply pious. Known as the Night King, he was a warrior blessed with wisdom and faith. He secured Hungary's borders, repelled invasions, and even extended Hungarian influence into Croatia. Yet he was also a lawgiver. His codes of law reflected justice rooted in Christian morality. The church canonized him a saint, and legends surround him, of miraculous victories, of his strength, of his divine favor. To many, he was the embodiment of the ideal Christian king. Colomon the Learned, 1095 to 1116. Don't be fooled by his thick beard and warrior's armor. Colomon was a scholar. Nicknamed Colomon the Book Lover, he brought intellect to the Hungarian throne. He ended the barbaric witch trials, stating, "Witches do not exist." His reforms in education, law, and administration advanced Hungary beyond its neighbors. But Colomon also knew how to rule with an iron hand. He maintained unity in a time of potential chaos, even taking the Croatian crown and solidifying the dual kingdom. His blend of reason and strength shaped Hungary's golden age. Bala III, 1172 to 1196. Bala III was not just a king, he was one of the richest and most powerful rulers in Europe during his time. Raised in the imperial court of Byzantium, he brought Greek refinement to the Hungarian court. He introduced written administration into Hungary, issued royal decrees, and opened his kingdom to Western influence and commerce. Under Bela, Hungary was wealthy, orderly, and respected. And though he wielded power gently, his reach extended deep into the Balkans. He ruled with a royal presence that made even the kings of France take notice. Andrew II, 1205 to 1235. A king of contradictions, Andrew II gave generously, led crusades, and ruled lavishly. But it was his own nobles who forced him to sign one of the earliest constitutional documents in Europe, the Golden Bull of 1222. This historic charter limited royal power and established rights for the nobility, much like England's Magna Carta just a few years earlier. Andrew's legacy is not just his wars or his wealth, but a legal revolution that laid the foundation for Hungary's unique political structure in the centuries to come. Bala IV, 1235 to 1270. Then came catastrophe. In 1241, the Mongols descended upon Europe like a storm, and Hungary was their path of destruction. Towns burned, cities fell, and tens of thousands perished. King Bela IV watched his kingdom fall into ash, but he did not surrender. After fleeing west, he returned and rebuilt from the ruins. He invited settlers, built stone fortresses, and reformed the military. For this, Hungarians called him the second founder of the state. Bela IV was proof that from devastation, greatness can rise again. Charles I, 1308 to 1342. By the 14th century, Hungary was splintered. Charles I of the Anjou dynasty came to unite it. After years of fighting rival nobles, he restored royal authority with sword and diplomacy. Charles stabilized the economy with a new currency, fostered trade, and brought peace to a land weary of feuds. But he was more than a reformer. He was a builder of dynasties. His legacy would reach its peak in the reign of his son, the most famous Hungarian king of all. Louis the Great, 1342 to 1382. Louis the Great, King of Hungary and Poland. Warrior, lawgiver, diplomat. Under his rule, Hungary reached its greatest territorial size and political influence. He waged successful campaigns in Naples, the Balkans, and even southern Italy. He defended Christendom and stood tall as one of the most powerful monarchs in Europe. Yet he also cared for justice. His decrees gave rights to nobles and commoners alike. He founded universities, supported the arts, and left a legacy of greatness that earned him his title. Matthias Corvinus, 1458 to 1490. If one king deserves the title Renaissance Prince of Hungary, it is Matthias Corvinus. A commoner's son who became king, Matthias was chosen by the nobles after the chaos of civil war. But he would rise above all expectation. He created one of the first professional standing armies in Europe, the Black Army. He conquered Vienna. He stood against the Ottomans. He collected books, supported scholars, and brought Renaissance art to Budapest. Matthias ruled with vision and strength and died without an heir, but with a reputation as Hungary's greatest king. Franz Joseph I, 1867 to 1916. Our final king is no medieval warlord, but an emperor of a new age. Franz Joseph I, ruler of Austria-Hungary, became king of Hungary in 1867 after forging the dual monarchy. Though born an Austrian, he respected Hungarian tradition, restoring the crown and autonomy. Under his long rule, Hungary modernized, railways, cities, universities, and industry flourished. He reigned for nearly 68 years, witnessing revolutions, wars, and the dawn of a modern Europe. And though World War I would end the empire, Franz Joseph remains a complex, revered figure in Hungarian history. 10 kings, 1,000 years of glory, from saints and scholars to warriors and emperors. These were the men who shaped Hungary's soul. Through chaos and triumph, their crowns were more than symbols. They were responsibilities. And their legacies still echo in the land of the Magyars. Which king do you think was the greatest? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories from the past that still shape our world today.